Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. I thought I'd wear my hat today to celebrate the fact that we haven't gotten tariffed by our neighbours to the south. So we've avoided that little disaster, at least for the moment. What I didn't avoid, however, was the cold snap. As you will see from the thumbnail to this video, it was minus 37 degrees centigrade this morning. It was actually a little colder when I got up, but I took the picture about 7:15 or so. And yeah, minus 37. So not unusual for this time of year. You know, the lowest I've seen it is I think it's minus 45. But if you've not experienced sub minus 30, let me tell you, it's interesting. We'll leave it at that. That's a good word for it. If you're living in the States and you're watching this, minus 37 is about minus 34 and a bit Fahrenheit. Either which way, it's cold. And it's a spectacularly sunny day. I just came back from a walk and yeah, it's hard to believe that if you don't have the right gear on, you would quite literally freeze to death. My lower field is about 1,500 meters or a mile away, and if you just went out in jeans, maybe a light top, hiking boots, it looks gorgeous out there. It's a real blue blazer. Yeah, you might be able to make it down to the field. Debatable. You sure as hell wouldn't be able to make it back. So, anyways, you didn't tune in for a weather discussion. I've titled this video a cold, pun intended, hard look at the apparent done deal, according to Ben Shalom, between AJ and Martin Bakole. There looks like, again, according to Ben Shalom, that these guys are going to get it on in Africa. It's going to be a rumble in the jungle redux, though, to be honest. My opinion. I was alive. I watched Rumble in the Jungle. I remember being absolutely terrified that Foreman was going to kill my hero, Ali. Literally, I mean, after Foreman demolished Frazier, a man who had beaten Ali, I was, genuinely worried. And of course, as we know, famously, Ali rope-a-doped Foreman and knocked him out. Just an incredible result, really. But my opinion is that we shouldn't look at AJ and Bakole as any form of Rumble in the Jungle redone. And I say this with the absolute maximum respect for AJ and Martin Bakole. But truly, neither of them, even using hydraulics, couldn't carry the jockstrap of either Foreman or Ali. So to talk about these two fighters, both of whom are elite fighters in this generation, they ain't Muhammad Ali, they ain't George Foreman. And anyways, but let's have a look at this fight. Like, if it happens, like, where do we think it's gonna go? Tail of the tape, so to speak. AJ is sitting on 28-4. Now, of course, he's lost to Ruiz, TKO. Stupid loss, really, but a loss he avenged against a Ruiz who had trained by, time-honored traditional methods of beer and pizza. He lost. Well, one of them was a split decision. One of them was a unanimous decision. In my view, they were both clear losses to Usyk. But Usyk is a generational great. Usyk just simply was better in every respect than AJ. And then, of course, he's had this pasting by Daniel Dubois that I suppose could have gone different in the fifth round, but it didn't. So he's got 4 losses on his record, 2 of which are really quite bad losses. I mean, it's no shame to lose against Usyk, but he shouldn't have lost against Ruiz. And I don't know what the hell he was doing with Dubois. I don't know. He's 35 years old now. He's 6'6". He's, built like the proverbial, brick outhouse. Clearly, talented guy. I've always think that AJ's issue is up here, right? Now, Bakole has got a record of 21-1. His only loss is against Michael Hunter, but it was a horrible loss. I don't know what was going on there. Was there something going on that prevented Bakole from fighting like he should fight? I don't know. His last outing against Jared Anderson was spectacular. So he's clearly a man in form. And of course, as I've said in a previous video, is he as hot as mustard or is he more like horse poo? We just don't know, right? He's not fought enough quality people to really know. According to him, he's beaten up everybody in the gym, including Usyk, Dubois, AJ. I don't know if he's said he's beaten up Fury. I don't think he's said anything about Fury. Anyhow, he's the sparring champion of the world, right? But the fact is, he's also now avoided. He's a big lump of a bloke. 6'6", best part of 300 pounds. I mean, his walking around weight is probably over 300 pound, I would think. So I would imagine if the fight, and I say if, because according to Ben Shalom, it's a done deal. But I've heard nothing from Matchroom or from anybody in AJ's team, and obviously it's not on BoxRec. So this might just be pie in the sky. I would imagine that Bakole would have to be the betting favourite. I just don't know if Bakole has been tested. I'm not sure if AJ is the right fellow to test him. I mean, if this was Bakole and Zhang, I would say maybe a 50-50 fight. If this was Bakole and Usyk, I'm saying Usyk. If this is Bakole and Dubois, now that would be a cracking fight. Bakole Dubois. Yeah, I think I'd favor Dubois. I'm not sure. AJ on form should be able to handle Bakole, but of course, what damage? And I don't mean physical damage. I mean like in the old brain box, the emotions, the thinking, the fear factor. What's going on in AJ's head? In a previous video, I thought the loss to Dubois might actually be good for AJ. Like the worst thing that could have happened was he was turned into a meme. Yes, he was turned into a meme. But maybe, if he approaches it properly and says, yeah, look, he knocked me down and I got up. He knocked me down and I got up. He knocked me down and I got up. He knocked me down and I didn't get up. And, as I've said before, if only AJ had kept his frickin' hand up, he might have been able to get the better of Dubois. So like it depends. If AJ's team can get him to believe that, look, man, the thing you were so frightened of happened, and you're okay. You recovered. You're like, okay, so it's a loss. Don't let it eat you alive. If, on the other hand, AJ is mentally scarred from what happened with Dubois, then I see Bakole just destroying him. So it depends. Like what version of AJ is going to show up? Let's assume that a fit, strong, version of Bakole shows up, the same Bakole that showed up against Jared Anderson. Could the best version of AJ sort out Bakole? And then what is the best version of AJ? Honestly, like the best version of AJ is probably a long time ago, right? Against Klitschko, maybe? That's 2017. So I don't think that Wallin and Ngannou and Hellenius really have shown us anything. Like, is there an AJ still there that can perform in a comparable fashion to the AJ that beat Dillian White or that beat Klitschko? Would the AJ who fought against Usyk, especially their rematch, would that version of AJ beat the Bakole that beat Jared Anderson? I don't know. Anyways, hopefully this fight takes place, because I'd like to see AJ fight somebody. I'd like to see him fight Fury, but of course Fury has thrown his toys out of the pram, as they say, and retired yet again. I'd be kind of interested in seeing AJ fight Wilder. I've said it before. I think for me, even though it's way too late, it's past its sell-by date, but if they could fight, that would sort of draw a line under, okay, well, how are these rankings, you know? But other than that, I don't know. Could he go in against the winner of Parker Dubois? But why should he? Surely the winner of Parker Dubois should get a crack at Usyk. Could AJ go in against the winner of Zhang and Kabayel? Like I say, I'm not even sure if he deserves that, right? So I think Bakole is a good fight for him if he's not going to fight Fury, which who knows? I mean, I see Barry McGuigan is saying you should avoid Bakole at all costs. But like if he's avoiding Bakole, who else is he going to avoid? So I hope the fight gets made. I'm not sure where I put my money. It really will depend upon the odds, but I would expect, like I say, Bakole to be the favourite. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. You know, does AJ still have it? And we know what Bakole, I think we know what Bakole is. They'd be good. Now, of course, if Bakole can beat AJ and a reasonably good version of AJ, that will go some way to sort of dispelling doubts, if there are any lingering doubts about Bakole. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comments section below. And yeah, if you're going to go out in the -30 stuff, whether you're driving or walking, make sure you get warm clothes and stuff in your truck or your car. And if you're walking, well, you'll know pretty quickly whether or not you're not properly attired for it. Anyways, please like, share, and subscribe. And most importantly, wherever you are in the world, have an awesome day. Cheers, and I'll see you the next time. Bye-bye now.